is what you call top-down command and control. You get your talking points from a newspaper, and you put it on the broadcast network, and then it disappears. What you're seeing on the right is asymmetrical. It's like grassroots guerrilla warfare. Someone says something on social media, Musk retweets it, Rogan podcasts it, Fox broadcasts it, and by the time it reaches everybody, millions of people have seen it.
So Fox is admitting that they are taking their talking points from Twitter, specifically from Elon. Fox News is sitting around watching Elon retweet stuff and then going, yep, we're airing that. Our good friend Jessica Tarloff over at Fox News, I'm just covering a couple headlines and we'll get into the meat of it. Look, this is petty. I don't want to, the reason I'm covering this is just to show like this constant like Fox News bending the knee. Do I give a single solitary shit that Donald Trump went to the Daytona 500? No, I don't. Do I care if any president goes to those things? No, I don't. I do, however, recognize that anytime Joe Biden went to the beach, there was like 3 hours of coverage every day from Fox News. Like, look at Joe Biden under an umbrella. He's supposed to be working. The American people should be furious. But when Trump goes to the Super Bowl, when he goes to Daytona, now he's back at Mar-a-Lago. He's doing like 3 fundraisers. For God knows why. He can't run again, but he's doing fundraisers. He's there at Mar-a-Lago running fundraisers, going to Daytona 500, and Fox is like, this is the greatest thing ever. Look at him. He went to a race, and they drove his car around in an oval. Can you believe it? What an amazing guy. And Tarloff just correctly points out, like, you guys would lose your fucking minds if this was Joe Biden.
I've heard, and you say if Joe Biden had done this, if Joe Biden had shown up at the Daytona 500 while there were people living under emergency declarations and passing away in Georgia, a tree fell into a guy's house and ended up killing him.
Do you think this is a fair comparison?
Oh my God.
That you're
Why?
taking,
Oh
you're
my
taking.
God.
This is not a hurricane event. You're talking about storm. So he needs to respond to every single death.
No.
Yeah, how about every single time somebody lost their life at the hands of somebody who was here illegally? How about every single time Fox News ran for a week straight? Why didn't Joe Biden stop this? Do you see like how quickly they shift from the president should stop everything to what do you expect the president to do? Again, I don't really care. Look, it costs, anytime the president goes anywhere, it costs us money. And I think it's the wrong argument. The right argument for Donald Trump is that every time he goes somewhere, it costs us money and he makes money. Because he keeps going to Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster, and then he charges the government for Secret Service and staff to stay there. He charges them for everything. The real problem I have with Donald Trump going to Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster all the time is that he charges the government. If he was going there and like Secret Service, you can stay here for free, cool. But he's not. He's charging them. And we know from his first administration, and it'll come out in this one too, we know from his first administration that not only was he not giving a discount, he was actually charging higher rates to Secret Service and government employees when they stayed at Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster versus if he brought somebody else, right?
Then he wouldn't be president.
Well, he needs to, I think, say something when the whole point was criticizing Joe Biden for absolutely everything that he ever did. I mean,
Because he never did anything. Start with
Really?
Here comes in Weinbach's. He didn't do anything. See, that's why we criticize him, because he didn't do anything. Tarloff just has to wait till Judge Janine's falls back asleep.
Well, we've gone through it multiple times about how quickly he signed emergency declarations at this.
How about East Palestine?
How about you just say that maybe you shouldn't be driving around a race car track when this is going on?
No.
I've heard.
See, they just did both arguments. You got Greg Gutfeld over there after his return from Mordor, being like, what's he supposed to do? And then Weinbach's Janine jumps in. Joe Biden didn't do anything. What about East Palestine? They're on two different sides of that argument. Freaking Gollum is trying to say that, oh no, we don't care about that stuff. Like, and then Judge Janine's like, oh, we cared about all that stuff. Like, could they keep their story straight for 2 seconds? Could they keep like their argument straight for 2 seconds? Actually, I'm going to put this in order because it's I'm going to take this out of order. This is going to be under, I think Doge. Is it Doge shit or is it the free speech part? Sorry, I should have put this in this order in the first place, but this will actually play. Give me 1 second. All right, this is under free speech, number 5 under free speech. For who, I don't know who's doing. Is it Casey doing the outline? Here's Jesse Waters here, telling you why and telling you exactly what Fox News is doing. This was alarming. I was shocked. Not that this is what Fox is doing, because of course this is what Fox is doing. I was shocked to hear them brag about it. Like, I think I tweeted today that somewhere buried in the ground, Joseph Goebbels got like an incredibly firm erection for a dead guy when he heard Jesse Waters say this. Of course, Joseph Goebbels is like the master of propaganda from the Nazi regime, who did a great job of like disseminating information from a top down, and they used what they called a blitzkrieg, which is that there was so much information so fast and so unified and so succinct that to the people of Germany, they're like, oh, this must all be true because it's hitting us so fast, and the same message is coming from the top, and it spreads out everywhere, so it must be true. Here's Jesse Waters bragging about doing a blitzkrieg in a world, in a country right now where like Republicans cannot keep up with their own shit. Like, Republicans are still coming out and talking about, like, what about all the money we spent on condoms in Gaza? It's like, bro, we debunked that 2 weeks ago. Elon said that wasn't true. But there's so many lies that come out that Republicans can't even keep up. They're still repeating the same lies. And here's Jesse Waters with a full erection to say, like, here's what we're doing.
It's not really the same. Dana, we are waging a 21st century information warfare campaign against the left, and they are using tactics from the 1990s. They are holding tiny press conferences, tiny little rallies. They're screaming into the ether on MSNBC.
The Democrats are going to rallies. They're writing articles that are sourced. They're trying to have nuanced discussion. They're fact-checking what Elon's doing, and he's like, what a bunch of bitches.
This is what you call top-down command and control. You get your talking points from a newspaper, and you put it on the broadcast network, and then it disappears. What you're seeing on the right is asymmetrical. It's like grassroots guerrilla warfare. Someone says something on social media, Musk retweets it, Rogan podcasts it, Fox broadcasts it, and by the time it reaches everybody, millions of people have seen it.
So Fox is admitting that they are taking their talking points from Twitter, specifically from Elon. Fox News is sitting around watching Elon retweet stuff and then going, yep, we're airing that. See how stupid this is? Do you see how crazy that is? One guy. They're just saying, like, we're so much better at this because whatever Elon says, we just amplify. And then he implicates Joe Rogan. He's like, whatever Elon says, Joe Rogan spits out and regurgitates, and then we run it. And we get to pretend that it's grassroots. It's not grassroots. It's Elon. It is top down. They're just pretending that, like, they're above Elon. And for some reason, like, it's like the Citizen, Elon, Rogan, Fox News. But it's not. It's Elon, Rogan, Fox News, Citizen. And Elon just retweets shit that, like, amplifies what he's saying. I was reading an article today of like these conservative people on here's a good example. Older millennial who's everybody, like, in all the people that I've interacted with online, which is not everybody, but in everybody that I've ever interacted with online, nobody has ever caused more people on the right to message me and say, that guy's a fucking idiot, more than older millennial. Every time I debate older millennial, if I go to my inbox after, there's a dozen Republicans going like, I don't really like your politics, but this guy's a fucking idiot. And I just want you to know that we don't really want to associate with him because he's a fucking idiot. But he has millions of followers. How? exactly what Jesse Waters is talking about. You take somebody like Elon Musk, who's incredibly influential, and Elon Musk retweets that person. And so then Elon doesn't have to stand by it. Trump did this in his first presidency, when Trump would retweet QAnon accounts. And then they're like, wait, why'd you retweet that QAnon account? That's crazy. That person just said that Hillary Clinton's eating babies. He's like, I didn't write it. I just thought it was important to get it out there. I don't stand by my retweets. They are not endorsements from me. Even though a retweet is an endorsement. You're saying, I endorse this. Unless you're adding commentary saying, this is not what I think, but it's interesting that this person thinks this, which they don't do. That's how so many morons are at the top of the GOP. Like, that's why so many morons are like the top level of their media. There's some intelligent people. And I'll say, like, I've debated people on TikTok that are far more qualified and understand far more than Jesse Waters or Elon Musk, certainly more than older millennial. Every time older millennials on a panel, he's the dumbest guy up there, and he speaks more than anybody because people are like, oh, he has millions of followers. He must be intelligent. What they're talking about consistently is just like they are. Fox News is just there to reflect what Elon does. This is the propaganda arm of not the GOP, of Elon Musk.
It's free money. And we're actually talking about expressing information. They are suppressing information.
I don't understand how that's suppressing information. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about there, but I'll get into the Republicans suppressing information here in a few minutes. We'll get there.